Derby County need forward reinforcements, and Ernest Poku is a player that I've identified as a player Derby County should be chasing. He's a 20-year-old winger and striker from the Eredivisie, a team in which Kenzo Goudmijns has played for, and a team in which Derby County have done business with in the past. It could be a massive transfer for Derby County as they look to rejuvenate their forward areas. We look at the likes of James Collins, Connor Washington, Mendez-Laing and Kayden Jackson as players all within their 30s. There's a lot that Derby County need to do to refresh and rejuvenate this squad, and this is just one of the players who I believe could improve Derby County heading into the second half of the season or even the start of next year. Now, shall we get into talking all about Ernest Poku? Now, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for all of the latest Derby County content coming your way across the course of this January transfer window. Match day vlogs, player profiles, transfer news, all coming your way. But let's talk about Ernest Poku. Ernest Poku is a 20-year-old forward currently playing for AZ Alkmaar. He's born on the 28th of January in 2004 and his contract expires in 2026. This could be an absolutely massive deal for Derby County as they look to refresh and bring in some more athleticism to their starting 11. We already know that Kayden Jackson and Mendez-Laing are coming towards the back end of their careers. Barkhuizen looks to be on the way out anyway, and Corey Blackett-Taylor won't be staying for much longer if he's not getting the game time. Now, Ernest Poku is a player who has only ever played for AZ Alkmaar. He's played 59 times for their under-21s, scoring 16 goals, collecting 5 assists. He played 29 times for their under-18s, scoring 21 goals and 5 assists. Made 14 appearances in the UEFA Youth League, scoring 8 goals and 3 assists. He also has made his senior debut and made a real mark on his performances in the Eredivisie, scoring 2 goals, collecting 9 assists in 47 appearances. Now, ultimately, the goals isn't quite where it wants to be with just 2 in 47, but those 9 assists are absolutely crucial to his performances, and what a player he has been for AZ Alkmaar. He's played across numerous competitions, including the Europa League qualifying, the Conference League. He's even made his debut in the Europa League. Pretty similar to that of Kenzo Goudmijns, who's also came to Derby County from AZ Alkmaar. And I personally believe that Ernest Poku could be that man to really rejuvenate Derby County in those forward areas. Now, if we look at his positional graph, he's played 65 times for AZ Alkmaar as a centre forward, scoring 33 and getting 11 assists. He's played on both wings, mainly on the right, with 47 appearances, 8 goals and 7 assists, as well as 35 appearances on the left, with 6 goals and 4 assists. He's been a very versatile forward player, one in my opinion that really suits what Paul Warne will be trying to do, with those rotations between the 3-5-2, the 3-4-3, as well as the 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. And in my opinion, Poku could really stretch Derby County. Now, we see over the course of Derby County that when we change formations, we have to make a ton of changes. And in my opinion, that doesn't really work for Derby County because we have to make those changes for the formations. It just puts Derby County at a disadvantage. There's a lack really of consistency. And although throughout recent weeks, Derby County have made less changes to their squad, ultimately there hasn't been enough ability to rotate within the squad to change those positions because of injuries. Now, Ernest Poku would certainly add to that and certainly add to those options, especially within those wide areas that are currently occupied mainly by Kayden Jackson and Nathaniel Mendez-Laing. Marcus Harness sometimes slots in there as well, and he would certainly add to that. As you can see on the depth chart right now, we do have 4 wing players, and in my opinion, that would have been good enough for this season. But Paul Warne has shown that he isn't willing to use Corey Blackett-Taylor, and Barkhuizen isn't quite good enough for the Championship anymore. So it's a position where Derby County really need to strengthen. And in my opinion, Ernest Poku would absolutely do that. It would give the opportunity for the likes of Mendez-Laing and Kayden Jackson to take a breather, as well as the likes of Corey Blackett-Taylor be able to move on to pastures new. You also then give an opportunity in the midfield to let Tawanda Chiwa go and have Harness as that sole number 10, playing in there with the likes of Kenzo Goudmijns and Iba Wadums. And I think that's a brilliant opportunity for Derby County. And Ernest Poku, for me, would be a really, really good permanent signing. Now, can I see this one happening in January? Judging by Paul Warne's own comments over the weekend, I don't necessarily think so. I think, although we have the Kenzo Goudmijns link to AZ Alkmaar, and he would add a brilliant amount of forward depth to Derby County, I just can't see Derby County splashing for him in this January window. And Poku is a player who is playing football for AZ Alkmaar right now, and could he go on to pastures new and want to do new things over in England? I personally believe that that could be a possibility. And he has played on the pitch with Kenzo, which could be a situation where Derby County really utilise that connection that Kenzo and Ernest may have. Now, for me, the big question will be, is cost. Now, that's why I believe it will be a summer deal. I think it will be a deal that will have to wait until we have investment through the door or something like that, because he's a player for me who can certainly go from strength to strength for Derby County. And if we don't have that money to be able to go and buy him, he's not going to come, is he? Like, that's just simple and honest, and everyone knows the answer to that question already. There needs to be more for Derby County in the transfer window to be able to bring in a player like Poku. And there is some players in those foreign leagues that will be out of contract right now that Paul Warne may be looking at. Someone may come in on trial, and ultimately that may then push Poku down the pecking order because we haven't quite got the funds for him right now. But I personally believe he would be an absolutely brilliant signing for Derby County. We've already spoke about the likes of Jaden Montour, Louis Barry as players who could potentially be coming to the club over the course of the next few weeks, and hopefully some of them do come in, because Derby County are absolutely crying out for depth in that winger position as well as in those forward areas, because we really need some extra quality. Currently, at the moment, I don't think we have the quality to be able to continue to push forward, and I do think we'll fall short come the end of the season, especially given the position we're in right now, just 5 points away from the relegation zone as of recording this video. And for me, we need to add goals in midfield and in those wide areas, and whether that be from assists or them scoring the goals themselves, that's what we need to do. And Poku certainly adds that assist element if he was to come and join Derby County. Now, a lot of it falls onto the likes of David Clowes and Stephen Pearce, who really need to find a way to fund a transfer window for Paul Warne. Now, as of right now, recording this video, we haven't made any moves. There's not really a lot of talk about any moves besides the likes of Louis Barry and Jaden Montour. There's no talk about anybody leaving right now, although there is rumours about the likes of Corey Blackett-Taylor and Connor Washington potentially heading off in this January window, and that would obviously open the door for Poku to come in and be registered. Now, obviously, it's a big question. It's a big discussion for Derby County about the January transfer window. The fans know what we need. I'm fairly sure Paul Warne and David Clowes, Stephen Pearce, all know what we need as well. It's just about making it happen and having the funds to do it. So if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County content heading your way. Live streams will be coming soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.